Hi everyone. Today our topic is performance testing requirements. Okay, whenever you need to come any application, what are the requirements you need to ask to your directly client or your client managers, anyone? What are the things you need to ask? Okay, example point of view, I will mention one web application. What are the performance testing requirements? Based on my experience, I will mention, and only it's in general requirements only I will mention now. My next video I will mention full requirements. Okay, example I will show you now one. Okay, our topic is performance testing requirements for web application load test. Okay, the latest web application, the performance testing point of view, what are the requirements you need to ask to client for load test? Okay, this is only for load test only. Okay, uh, means you need to ask this requirements point. It's very important. This point of time you miss something, anything, after later time you need to came that requirement, right? It's some little bit difficult. You need to take one more time all the requirements you need to collect. That reason you need to take properly, you need to write any somewhere, and whenever you have the time or schedule for the call to the client or client managers, or who is the person for point of contact person, you need to ask all the details. Performance testing requirements clearly you need to ask. Okay, for example, one web application load test purpose, I need to ask to the requirements for in performance testing requirements to client. Okay, for general questions I will show you. First one, this web application, which domain, means it's a banking or e-commerce or telecom, electricity, agriculture, other business related. What domain related you need to ask. Okay, that is the first question, general question. After, present web application developing stage or production stage. Okay, the application is developing stage. Example, this application developing stage. Some clients or managers will ask, whenever you develop to the application only one page, that one page only you need to check to the performance, how much response you need to get. That time only you need to drill down any high response time, you need to drill down and you need to uh, the issue you need to resolve. Okay, otherwise one business flow once developed, after you need to do the one more time performance testing. That is the way you need to provide it to the developing stage applications performance testing. Otherwise production stage, application production stage, there is a performance issue, means our performance degraded, the type of issues will become, right? Slow response times, application it's not responding properly. That time how you need to do, right? You can go to the in application server, you need to take some logs. Logs means based on requirement you need to take 1 week logs or 1 month, or based on your requirement 6 months or 1 year also. And that logs you need to convert it to the bar charts or graph wise, you need to convert that way. That time you will be able to easily understand. Example, which business flow the users more number of transactions will be performed. Okay, that business flows you need to consider to the most important business flows. That business flows only you need to prepare for the scripts execution, remaining stuff you need to do. Okay, that reason. After third one, this web application previously anytime performance testing is done, or first time this application doing for the performance testing. Example, this application web application already performance testing anything is done, you need to take to the last time what are the business flows the person will take into the performance testing for using business flows, and how much of response times, throughput hit per seconds, and what is the acceptance criteria, rejecting criteria, and is raised any bugs, any bottlenecks will be identified, anything development team issue resolved or not, this all the details. There is a one type of backup, you need to collect all the details and you need to proceed to the further level. And that time what is the web app db servers configuration details also you able to take, and current web app db servers, what is the configurations. You need to compare both. Okay, compare based only you need to share the results also one some of the times. Otherwise, first time you are doing this application performance testing, right, you need to run multiple rounds of performance test and derive to the baseline. After, you need to derive to the client requirement point of view SLA also, and you need to provide the response times. Okay. After, fourth point, this web application which technology is used to develop. Okay, most of the performance testing applications, it's came performance testing Java and .NET. Okay, most of the applications Java and .NET only. Another one PHP also you need to came, and recent days Python, Node.js, React, and remaining technologies also able to came. Okay, but most of the priority Java and .NET. Once you able to see the session IDs, session ID names only need to came, right, the dynamic value names. That time only you can identify it. It's very simply. Okay, otherwise application URLs you able to um, you can focus. That time also you able to easily understand this application which is developed Java or .NET. After, fifth point, please provide me this application architecture. Means it's a one tier or two tier and three tier, or others means it's a entire applications. Most of the current applications are entire only. Okay, there are multiple servers interconnected and you need to working that one. Some mirror servers and backup servers, not only one or two, so many servers will be connected. This architecture you need to work. After, sixth one, your project point of view, you able to provide any license performance testing tools or open source performance testing tools. Please tell me your project budget levels. Okay, most as for my experience, most of the banking applications, I'm not able to tell only for banking, but most of the time banking applications especially you need to use for load runner. It's never considered for remaining any tool. Okay, most of the people trusted in load runner. Okay, remaining most of the projects you will take into the JMeter. Okay, any open source, and any companies will be our budget reducing purpose only use for JMeter tool. Okay, who are the performance testers newly started for career, you can use for load runner JMeter tools. Yeah, that is enough now. It's not more than, but you need to expertise for the both the tools. That is very important. Okay. After, seventh one, you able to provide any performance engineering or performance monitoring tools? Please tell me. Yeah, this question in generally you need to ask, but some projects point of view it's not provided, some projects point of view provided. Okay, Dynatrace and App Dynamics, it's the most popular performance engineering or monitoring tools. Okay, most of the developing platforms will be supported. Okay, not only Java, .NET, Python or PHP, remaining so many technologies is supported, and mobile, web, desktop also it's able to support that one. After, eighth point, web application any service level agreement, means it's SLA. There is any SLA specifically how much response time you able to accept. Okay, that details you need to provide. After, what is the acceptance hit per second, throughput and transaction per second. Okay, these details commonly every client will provided. There is some specific hits on hit per second only it's accepted, throughput and transaction response time also. This is one of the biggest point. And rejecting also same, what is rejecting hit per second, throughput, transaction response time. Example, transaction per second he will provide it to the acceptance 3 seconds for web application most of the times. Rejecting, example, 3 seconds it's a green, 4 seconds orange. Okay, after 4 it's a red only will be declared that one. You need to find the exactly what is the issue for the bottleneck, the high response time you need to find out. These details also you need to ask clearly. After, 11th one, what is your expected response time, tell me. Okay, most of the clients below 3 seconds only, but some specific applications, example, um, in same application example, I will tell you. Currently I'm working from Dutch Bank. In Dutch Bank, it belongs to Germany country. In Dutch Bank, so many countries available, but the transaction response times remaining countries, example, Austria, France, Netherlands, Belgium, Portugal, these countries, and India also. Okay, there is no not much level transactions. Okay, these remaining countries, what are the countries current I will told, that countries the response time is very good, just 2 or 1 second only. The reason there is no that much level transactions are users are not using. Okay, and coming to Germany, it's a billions of transactions. The response time slightly go for around 60 seconds above. It's around 1 minute above. It's not acceptable. Okay, you need to drill down that one, why you need to came that much level. At the same time, users also very huge. You need to find out the application side and checking to the architecture and servers configurations, everything, all the parts you need to check, and you need to provide your final feedback. Okay, what is the remedies for your response time increasing purpose. Okay, that is the one way. Just for example, I will tell you another one. 12th point, please provide me web server, app server, DB server configuration details. Okay, sometimes this web app DB servers also there is a configuration issue also is there. Okay, that reason you need to check the configuration details. Example, why I need to ask, right? There is some migration projects. Okay, migration means there is a Oracle server to moving to Apache server. Okay, that time there is some responses differences. You need to check to the configuration level also. You need to check it's the same configuration, otherwise configuration anything change, you need to check everything clearly. Okay, that reason you need to ask the server details also, configuration related details. After 13th point, load test running purpose, you able to provide any load generators, please provide me configuration details. Example, you are using something, any tool, load runner or JMeter or any other tools, you need to run a huge load. That time you need to require to the some additional load generators, additional configuration systems. Okay, you able to provide or not, you need to ask clearly. You able to provide it, yeah, you able to run huge load, you able to run. Otherwise, it's a limited users only, it's not required. Your general system only, that is enough. After 13th point, yeah, 13th is done. 14th, please provide me how many users you are expecting to run the load test, please tell me. Okay, the user load, example, coming to load runner, it's a licensed, that reason he will provide exactly some limited users. It's a limited users only provided. Based on our requirement, how many users will provided, that many license based you need to execute, you need to execute that one. Otherwise, yeah, you have a license, but what are the application will be hidden to the request, that is very sensitive one. It's a very sensitive means, it's also server only, but the part is very sensitive. More number of requests will be hit, right? It's automatically, it's creating one environment related issues also will be created, it's not responding. That reason he will provided very limited users only. At the same time, every virtual user, how much of memory will be consumed, that is you need to check before only, before starting any load test, you need to check that one backend. In JMeter point of view, there is no any specific restrictions. You able to run based on your hardware configuration, you can run more number of users also, there is no issue. After 15th point, please provide me this project expected time submitting target date. Okay, current projects everything sprint level only, but some specific applications you need to came targeted level. The target means it's coming back to the production, right? That reason you will provide some specific target date, you need to complete this one that time and need to return back to the production. The next one, 16th point, You able to provide me any log monitoring tools? Example, the server logs checking purpose. Example, it's a license one Splunk. Most of the people will use it Splunk one. Open source, it's Elasticsearch. Okay, this is also one of the Splunk monitoring tools. There are so many available, just mention over example point of view I will mention. Okay, whenever you face any something issue, right, that time you need to check to this Splunk only. You will check to this Splunk. Example, the server exit that time what will be happened, and sometimes load runner also able to not provide it to the proper results. That time you need to check to the through Splunk. Based on logs you able to check exactly that time what will be happen. Okay, means you able to get some 300 400 500 or 504 errors, 304 errors, something issue you need to came, right, that one you need checking purpose for in general for performance point of view. And the same Splunk, based on Splunk only. Example, you're running some load test, that time the load test based only you need to write some Splunk related queries. Okay, Splunk related queries you need to create to the some bar charts or graphs, you need to create that one. There is so many features. You need to write that queries and create it to the graph module level. You need to create everything. One report type you need to create that one Splunk report. That name called Splunk report only. You need to create whenever you run the test, right? And everything you need to save to the one name based Splunk report one or something your application based you need to mention. Whenever run the load test, automatically the report you need to keep. You can directly report it to the first one is the testing report. After engineering, what are the example you are using Dynatrace anything, the Dynatrace report. And third one Splunk backend server logs based, you need to generate the report. Okay, these three reports you can analyze, and you need to find out the exactly issue, and you need to consolidate the results, you need to share it to the client. Okay, after next you will find out any issue, right, you need to create some Jira defects and assign to the development team. That way you need to proceed. After 17th point, what is your expected UI page response times? Okay, there is some specific UI pages. Sometimes clients also will ask not only every UI page, some specific business flows UI page. Most more number of people you need to use, right, that type of pages. You will ask every page how much of response time it able to accept it or not. That type of questions also you need to keep based on our requirement side. Means I'm already faced this issue, that reason I will mention this point also. You need to ask just for your safer side. It's required, it's okay, otherwise no problem. After 18th one, please provide me your web application most important business flows. Example, anyone it's already have about to the knowledge about to the in performance testing, or on-site team able to provide it to the performance architect or somebody, anyone it's available, that time he will directly provide it to the business flows also will directly will share. Otherwise client you don't know anything about the performance testing, you need to find out the important business flows and you need to explain clearly step by step. That is, it's accepted, yes, you can proceed. Otherwise you need to go to the further analysis. Okay, after 19th one, what type of performance testing you need to perform your application. That is based on the project requirement based. Some people is expecting only for application load only. Okay, the more number of people you need to use that application, that time you need to how much of response you need to come in, that is our expecting. Example, current this requirement also only for load test, that people is expecting load test. Some people expecting stress or endurance or spike or volume, that is based on requirement will be changed. Okay, 20th one, please provide me client and project manager, application developers, web app DB, admin details. Okay, these are the common details. Somebody who are the people in middle person for connecting to employee to the directly in or on-site managers or client, somebody it's available, right? Otherwise anybody it's not available, you able to directly connect it something, somebody, the project manager, anyone it's available, middle person, you will ask in all the details, and you need to get and you can proceed based on our helps. Okay. And last one, how much expected TPH or TPM TPS. Okay, TPH means transaction per hour. Okay, per hour how many transactions will be performed. TPM same, transaction per minute, transaction per second. Okay, just example I will mention. In our current project and current application, the client is expecting 5000 transaction per second. Okay, TPS will be mentioned, but application it's not made this one. Okay, just 1000 TPS also it's not reached. Okay, based on our configurations is very low, and so many restrictions, and the server it's very smooth, means it's very sensitive part, it's not able to handle more number of requests, and you need to run for longer duration also. That time also it's not able to support it, it's hanging, it's not responding anything. Okay, but project is completed, but target is not reached. Okay, based on clients and requirements, our application point of view, based on that situation, you need to ask in general information, you need to get it. You need some other details also, you need to ask, you need to get something. That time also that people will be provided something you need to change, or something you need to change. Okay, what are the things you need to change? You can take one clear cut details, everything for requirement, and you need to start the working. Okay, and final one, what are the details currently I have provided? This is just in general information for performance testing peoples. What are the requirements in general you need to ask. Okay, it's not only constant one, that is based on the your requirement, your application point of view, everything will be changed. Okay, but around 60 to 70% it's match, and you need to able to use every project. Okay. Okay, you able to see all the points around. I will mention 21 points, but you need your experience and new people's also able to learn. And another one, who are the people you need to see this video? You already know any some other points, I miss anything something, please you need to mention in comment section, I will mention to the my next video also. Okay, this is for one of the general information for performance testing requirement side. Okay, yeah, that's all guys, this video. I will connect to my next video, I will provide in detailed information and how I need to perform to the in requirement side. Okay, most of the time we'll provided the document will provided requirement document, but all the cases it's not suitable that one. Sometimes some clients it's not provided the documents. In our general call only we will explain clearly one by one step, that time only you need to note down everything. Okay, that is based on client mentality, anybody it's not able to question to the client. Okay, how you will provide it, same way you need to take and you need to perform. And sometimes multiple projects you single person only will perform handle, right? That is also one of the toughest situation. Yeah, that's all guys, this video. I will connect my next video. Thanks for everyone. Bye.